You guys ever been in like in elementary school or middle school or something, and then they bring in a movie that's supposed to be, from the period, or depicting the period, and then nobody kind of proofreads that movie, like nobody vets that movie, and it ends up being like some crazy like traumatic experience. I remember I was in, I think it was 6th or 7th grade, and then they were like, hey, we're going to be watching we're talking about the World War II atrocities and all that, and they're like, we're going to watch Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
And it's like at the end, when it started getting real, and like this dude gets a knife through his chest, but really slowly, like that. Oh my God. I looked at that and I'm like, holy crap. like I'm freaking out. And people getting blown up. Like, all right, well, that's cool. Like that was, it was crazy to me because in your mind you kind of imagine what these things look like, but then like if you see it, you put yourself in that situation, and you're like, as a kid, it just gave me nightmares. Absolutely.
How old were you when they showed Saving Private Ryan?
Oh, I mean, God, when did that movie come out? So this would have been after the movie came out on VHS. So this would have been like
was it
late 90s?
99?
Yeah, something like that. So maybe early to the. I mean, maybe I could have been, I don't know, 12 or 13 or something.
Yeah.
But it was pretty jarring. And I mean, like I also was fairly desensitized, from the early internet where all the gore stuff, but it's just that just like it's in my mind, just seared in there, and it hit me in a way that I didn't anticipate, and it just like that was crazy.
That was a great scene, the one you're talking about. And then like almost the best part of that scene is like the Nazi guys like walking down after killing him, and he doesn't even like, he's like, the effort it would take me physically, the calories I would burn killing you, the guy on the stairs, would be taking away from the war effort. Goodbye. just leaves. It's like, oh, you're not going to shoot me in the back. There's guns everywhere. There's bombs. Like, no, you're a bitch. See you later.
No, that's the like just
and also
emasculate him. Yeah.
Earlier, that was the guy who wanted to spare him back at the radio station.
Yeah, and he learned.
Yeah, he learned there at the end.
He made a horrible mistake.
He's like, "Hi, it's me again."
I remember feeling like I got away with something when they would put on movies in school that were like really violent. I remember they put on The Patriot in like 7th grade or so, maybe 6th grade, and like we had to get something. It must have been 6th grade because we had to get something signed by our parents. Like, you're allowed to watch this, and it like said on there like, don't worry, this is a educational version. All of the red blood is black now. Like, you know how they did. You know how like in Lord of the Rings, the orcs and the Uruk-hai, they bleed black instead of red because apparently you can get like less of a hammer on you from violent ratings. I don't know. But like watching Mel Gibson chase down that red coat in the river, and by the end it looked like he was one of those like he had been like hogging in like one of those mud competitions because he was just covered in black and brown, and it's like that's he didn't splash that much, like that's that red coat's blood all over.
So how did that work? Like, did they just take did they just manually get the red out? Like how would they do that back in the 90s?
I have no idea. I just know that any blood splurts, anything, they were either removed or they were like brown or black blood. Yep.
What's really shocking,
I didn't learn anything about the Revolutionary War from that. I didn't learn a goddamn thing. I learned that like it was a tragedy that Heath Ledger died, and like it was and that those stupid redcoats were easily fooled by posts with like dummies and cloths attached to them, like we have 10 of your officers. Like it was a great movie. It is a good movie, but I didn't learn anything.
What I was going to point out is the fact that you watched it for like educational, historical purposes is absurd. Because
no, it's not.
That's how it went down. It's a Mel Gibson movie. They even throw in
it is a good movie.
Girl for him, like out of nowhere. How kind of they got that weird like.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure we won that war because of the Tomahawk stuff.
Because of Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson,
the historian. Yeah.
And don't you like that they sort of like ham-handed in the slave who's like getting his freedom, and everybody's cool with the slave. They make sure that we know that Mel Gibson is not racist.
I guess I didn't pick up on that.
It's important because it's slave owner times, right? He has, but they even like make sure you know that. Oh, these dark skinned fellows with Mel, they're free people. These are not his slaves. They're his friends, as a matter of fact. Just so we're clear before we go any further.
And they
I
do
always-
like the Legolas Gimli thing. Remember, like the kind of racist redhead guy and the ex-slave, like they kind of had a little bit of banter.
The
And
Irish
then
guy.
they do like the Irish guy. And then at the end, he's like, "I'm proud to die next to you. I consider you a brother," or like
He's
really
like-
ham-handed exposition. Yeah.
It's my honor. And it's just like, oh, really? You stopped thinking of a race of people as property over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, and first of all,
Made that leap.
if you're going into a battle with someone, you do not want the person next to you already like, I'm so happy to die next to you today. Like, no, you gotta be amped up. You gotta be ready to win. You need to have attitude. You need to have a little bit of
I
panache.
still had hope.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude? Go home then. Go home. You're ruining the attitude of everyone.
That's like a 9/11 hijacker. It's like we're gonna all die today. That's fine.
You say that, but when Theoden was standing there on the Pelennor Fields, he did not say, "We're going to get out of here today. We'll head home tonight and have some sandwiches." It was, it was death.
Yeah,
Wait,
but they were
who's that?
chanting death to their foes.
Oh
Is
no,
that
I did
300,
not
the
take
other
that.
documentary? Did we
That's
mix
not
them
what I
up?
took from it. Do you really think that it's like a threat of death? Like,
I think that they meant it in the film to be like they're chanting because they're going to bring death, and obviously every warrior culture forever has always screamed when they run into battle. But like I think you're supposed to take from it from the Hobbit's kind of Mary's kind of forlorn face, like, oh, death that applies to us too. I'm 3'9" and I'm
that's what I
probably
thought
not in a
the
good
whole
spot
time.
here.
I always read it as that's death down there. Let's go get some death. Like they're whatever it like they don't care. They're ready to die. Like today ends in death was what the chant seemed to me. Like
I can see that too, definitely.
If I ever go to war, I hope I'm one of the main characters.
me too. Yeah.
but not like Theoden main, like
And not
No,
like
like
not
Jon
Tom
Snow main.
Hanks main.
Jon Snow main character. That's what you want to be.
I want to be a hot female main character.
Ooh.
Depends on what series.
Not a
Don't be
horror
Jon-
movie. Not a horror movie.
No, they always make it. You can be the Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, hot chicks die in horror movies all the time, especially
yeah.
if they're a little
Sex.
slutty and it's early.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis is like an exception. She slipped
No,
through the
well,
cracks.
she's the main girl trope. She's the final girl
Yeah.
trope. So like that exists in all of them. The girl always makes it. The one who's not slutty. You've got the jock, the stoner. The slutty girl.
The horny jock and the
She's my favorite
unlikable
one.
woman.
Yeah.
And they're always
The
fucking.
crowd dies. The douchey guys die. The nice nerdy guy is the last to either die or live. And the final girl makes it because she is the final girl.
Yeah,
All those movies.
it is so predictable, but it's a good archetype.
That's
we
why
stick with
that's
it.
why Scream was so fucking cool. I was showing Scream to someone the other day. I was like, first of all, keep in mind Drew Barrymore is a huge fucking star because the year is like 2001,
Mhm.
and like that this trope has been established for 30 years. And the first thing they do is gut Drew Barrymore and like hang her from a tree by her neck. And you're like, oh shit, what am I watching? They gutted Drew Barrymore 5 minutes into the movie, and not in a pretty way. Like they gut Drew Barrymore 5 minutes into the movie, and so the rest of it is pretty fucking good. I hadn't seen it in forever, but it's good.
So you guys are into sci-fi. Like what? I've been watching this this series on Amazon, The Expanse. Have you guys seen it?
Mhm.
All of it.
I've
I'm
seen
out of
some of
date.
it. Yeah, I've seen the first season, some of the second.
All
It's well, I mean, they're in the last season now. They're just putting out new episodes, and I mean, it's so good in terms of storytelling and world building. Like you really feel like they have their own languages and stuff like that. And I'm not usually a sci-fi guy. I'm not into like the Star Trek or Star Wars or anything, but
Mhm.
it really is an interesting look into like how humans, even though you're all human, how just like changing locations changes us that much that we have something to fight about.
Yeah.
Which
and
of the three cultures do you pull for?
I don't know. I don't know because like everybody's kind of shitty at the end. Like everybody's just a shithead at the end, and like everybody.
I think the Martians are fucking slick. I like what they've got going on. They seem really professional. They seem like they're the side who will win at any cost and like actually has like the infrastructure to do it.
Their resources kind of suck, though. They're the Russians.
Yeah.
And it's like depressing to live there. Like they clearly have a huge inferiority complex about how much better Earth is to live than Mars. Like I remember that just like sideways things like all those fucking greenies or like, the stupid like insults they make up in those in horror movie.
I love the insults. I love that. They call them like dusters and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's I guess I actually never thought about, Martians being like, I guess the Soviets in like a Cold War, very, very calculating. But then again, I was born in the Soviet Union, so I know that it's as much as I was born in the Soviet Union. I was born in Russia. So the reason I look like this is because my dad was from Dominican Republic, and that brought along a lot of interesting
so what
social interactions.
What nationality are your parents? Like,
so my mom's from Russia, my dad's from Dominican Republic. I was born in Russia, essentially Soviet Union, in the late 80s.
So your father was visiting the Soviet Union.
Yeah, so he went to school there because in Dominican Republic in the 80s there was nothing going on. I mean, nothing. You know what it's like to have so little going on that you're like, I'm going to go to the Soviet Union where I don't know the language and I'm going to take my chances. Like, that's what was going on. So then he went to school, met my mom, and then I emerged out of that relationship. But I mean, I came over here when I was 3. Russian is my first language. My wife is Russian. So
wait, so awesome. All right, I'm still super interested in this. Did your parents stay together for a long time? Or like,
they're still together. Yeah.
Oh, I misinterpreted. I emerged from that relationship.
Oh, no. I mean, just literally
that happened. And they
right. Yeah.
We don't need to delve too deeply.
2 ships passed in the night. And I emerged.
No, they're still together. They just visited me a few days ago. Yeah.
So The Taking of Deborah Logan is that movie that I watched.
Jane Doe, the one I recommended to you. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch that one. I'm gonna write that one down. But I watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I had never seen before.
It's a good movie.
It was more courtroom drama and less exorcism than I would have hoped.
Yeah, I've only seen that once, and it was like right when it came out. It was the least scary movie I've ever watched.
There was one scary part, and it was because everything had been so like grounded and not scary, and then all of a sudden they did that CGI face thing where the face goes and the eyes like melt down the face, and I wasn't prepared for that. And I was just like, fuck! Fuck! I didn't know that was coming. And then there's this one part where like the boyfriend is asleep in bed. He's sleeping with Emily because she's been disturbed, and he's looking out for her. And he wakes up and she's on the floor all contorted, like fingers all like messed up and like bent into a weird position, and she's just staring at him like
like that catatonic possessed
thing. That scared me too. I didn't care for that. But those are the only 2 scary parts of the entire movie, and I was looking to get scared.
Yeah, you got to watch it's not Exorcism, it's The Autopsy of Jane Doe on Netflix.
Autopsy of Jane Doe. I'm writing it down now.
It's a good one. I enjoyed it. Have you guys watched? It's on Netflix. It's this like, I don't even know if you probably wouldn't say horror, maybe thriller, called The Platform.
Woody's seen it. He liked it.
The one. So basically, they're in this underground channel of a prison, vertical channel. This big column, basically, and there's a big square hole in every single level, like 2 prisoners stacked on top of each other. And it's basically, I won't spoil it, but food comes down from the top, like a beautiful, like what you'd see at a king's mansion, like a feast where it's like chicken legs and turkey and pies and everything you could want. And it goes down to level 1, and the 2 people on there munch. And then after a couple minutes, it goes down to level 2. And so by the time you get to like the final bottom level, people are eating each other, all the food's gone and stuff. And then every like 2 weeks, they'll randomly assign you a different one. And so like one time it'll be like, oh my God, like we have to eat and try and survive. And then they'll be at level 200 where there's like skeletons of other people who didn't survive in there. And it's basically them trying to figure out how to escape and how to manipulate it and how to be
Sounds like The Cube. Is it in Spanish?
No.
Is it good?
It was one of those movies where the movie itself wasn't as good, but the concept behind it was so novel and entertaining. I was like, I'm on board for it. The same way that Hypercube and the Cube series is fucking awful. It's terrible, but I love those movies because it's unique. The way that they die is so entertaining. There's a new thing in every little cube. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't bother me.
I watched the first Cube movie, and I was like, you never really know who's operating the cube. For those who don't know, these 4 or 5 people just wake up inside of a cube, inside this room. And and it's like you're inside of a gigantic 3-dimensional puzzle box. Like you're inside of a giant Rubik's cube, and you got to work your way out from the inside. And since you're in a cube, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides to every room. Each of those has a little hatch in it. One hatch might instantly get killed if you go through it, like some gruesome way, acid or like wires that wrap you up, a piano wire or something like that.
I think that's how it starts, isn't it? Some guy in there, and then just Hellraiser style, all these wires start shooting out and spinning, and he just has and then he just becomes mincemeat.
Becomes mincemeat. And but you don't know who's operating this cube or why or what the connection between all of the survivors is. And so I was like, well, I got to know more. Cube 2, let's go. I watched them all. There's like 3, maybe 4.
There's more.
You never figure out anything.
They don't tell you who operates the cube.
It's disappointing.
You get very little information.
You get is like one cube survivor in one movie. They've blended together, makes it like out of the cube bath where it's like, oh, they were kind of underwater the whole time, or there's water under them for some reason, and she fell in, and then she's like getting out of this fake beach basically, and there's a bunch of armed people with like hazmat suits and guns, and like that's about all the clues you get is that it's probably some government thing.
They had no idea.
Escape.
What's that?
She escapes and then she finds herself in the hands of more bad people.
Yeah. Or the bad. She finds herself in the hands of the bad people who are running it, but there's no information divulged about like, oh, we're doing this to test soldiers for tough. Like, no, there's no.
Yeah. That's just the end of the. That's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the best end of all the movies.
She's like getting up there after surviving, and they just blow her head off. If I remember correctly.
They have really shitty ends. I watched all 4 of them in like a day and a half. I hate the Cube movies now.
Oh, I love shitty horror movies, man. It's my.
I like shitty horror, but like, I mean, I thought there was going to be like this big payoff at the end where we found out that what was going on, and you never did.
Well, no dice.
You're looking for the Saw. You're looking for the Saw.
Sure,
payoff. That's what that is.
But I want him to end at the end. I don't want him to just dun 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 dun. He didn't like bring him back over and over. I'm a little upset with this. I don't watch the Saw movies anymore. They're on like Saw 12 or something.
No. The first one's great. But the rest of them are meh. Whatever.
The first one, it's such a good movie. Like really sucks you in. They don't even rely. I think the Saw franchise now has such an reputation. It's like, oh, it's just blood and gore, and it's like, yeah, but go back and watch the first one. Really, not as much blood and gore as you would think.
Very little.
If you watch the last few, and it's like a nice little mystery, good thriller, great movie. Now. I think that the guy who plays Jigsaw dies in like the third one.
I think you're right.
And they're on Saw like 8 or so. Yeah. And I haven't seen all of them, but I remember jumping to like Saw 6 or 7 years ago, and it like starts with a montage of like, even though I died fucking 15 years ago, I want to play another game. And it's like, how much time did you have to plan this? Like you have so many games to play, and then that one bitch who survived, and now she runs the game, but she sucks at it. Yeah, that went.
They just upload. They just like upload. It feels like a YouTube video. Those movies. They just make a new one every Halloween, and it makes another $20 million, and rinse and repeat.
Do you guys know Fame? Are you even familiar with Fame, the TV show?
That sounds like some ABC primetime shit.
It is some old school stuff. But there was a school for talented youngsters. It was a high school, but everyone was a singer and dancer.
This sounds like a Glee ripoff now.
Well, except that it was from like the 80s, right? So Glee would have to be a Fame ripoff. But Glee was just the Glee Club in a normal high school. This was a high school that you would hope to get into because of your dancing or singing or piano playing or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone in that show was like 38 years old playing high school kids.
I hate that. And when you actually see like kids that look age appropriate, it like in I felt like I know Superbad, they were older. I know they were, but they looked gawky and young for the most part, even though like they are older in that. But most of all, what's the Netflix fucking show with the monsters and the little girl named 11 and all that shit?
Stranger
Things.
Those kids are fucking children.
Yeah.
And when you see children play children, you're like, oh shit, Those are fucking children. It's not like it. Like I've been watching Gotham, like I said, and this is going to become a Gotham thing. But like Catwoman is supposed to be like 14 or 15, and she's like 20, and I'm like conflicted. I'm like, Catwoman's got a nice ass on her, but wait, she can't drive yet. What? Wait, how old is she supposed to be? And I'm like Googling, how old is fucking Catwoman in Gotham? My friend's like, oh, she's 21 now, dude. It's okay. I'm like, well, what year was this taken?
Had a thing. Oh, and what's funny is sometimes there'll be a high school, right? Everyone in the cast is like 27, except for one guy or girl who's like 17, and they stick out as what an actual young person looks like.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's terrible casting. And I think that Hollywood's going in the other direction nowadays. They're casting kids as kids, and it's noticeable when they do it. I like it. Like Stranger Things really sticks out to me as the prime example of that. Those are fucking children. Oh, and It did you see?
I didn't see that.
Don't. I thought it was shit. Everybody, there are some people who liked it, but my thing was
big on Reddit 2 years ago
or
whatever. Yeah,
they're just wrong. I feel like I just feel like they're wrong. It relies on jump scares and CGI. It's jump scares and CGI, and I don't. That's not what I'm looking for in a horror movie necessarily. Like the original It is just, it's fucking scary because Tim Curry is creepy as fuck, and even the original is like 3.5, 4 hours long or something stupid like that. But this is condensed down to like 90 minutes of maybe 2 hours, but it still felt 30 minutes too long. I don't know. I didn't care for it at all.
I watched I watched a horror movie last night, and I'm not sure I know the name of it. It's first of all, not that scary, not really a horror movie. It was kind of like Groundhog Day in that she relived the same day all the time and kept dying.
Russian Doll.
She was in a sorority, and they kept killing her.
Oh yeah, is it
Get Home, Home to You?
It's like, they're making a sequel of it.
Yes, and it's out now, or I think I saw it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
I tried to Google it. I didn't find what I needed.
It's I don't fucking know either. I don't know the name of it, but is it everything? Whatever. But yeah, I know.
The movie
of that.
sucked. Don't
I've
watch
heard
it. Not that you could, because we don't know the name.
Yeah, right.
I thought you would know. Well, you do.
I haven't seen it. I just know of it, and like a lot of movies I don't watch. I'm guilty of judging books by their cover a lot of the time. That I try not to watch too many stinkers. But and especially in horror, it's kind of hard to weed through the horse shit and find a good horror movie. I think
when you're looking for horror movies, you almost have to resign
Happy
yourself
Death Day.
to
there you go.
Happy Death. I Googled sorority horror movie Groundhog Day. And,
that'll do it.
Happy Death Day. It was really disappointing. I was looking for something that would have me actually scared, and at no point are you scared watching that.
Were there any titties?
No, there were no titties. I don't know what.
See, that's where Hollywood should make two kinds of horror movies: actual frightening, psychologically based horror, and slasher movies with titties. Those are the only two kinds I ever want to watch.
It was like they were going for PG-13. I don't see their rating on here.
And they used to have A-list chicks get topless in there. Jamie Lee Curtis was always showing them big old perfect boobies off in those movies. It was great.
Yeah, and there were hot girls in it. Like the sorority she was in was like a top sorority, and all of them were super hot. And like one of the key aspects of the movie is that she doesn't eat a cupcake. So, but no boobs.
I feel like the percentage of horror movies that are shitty is like 5 times as high as in any other genre of movie.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them, it's sort of the entry for like directors who are starting out because they're cheap to make and they can do really well.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, they're often very cheap to make, but they can blow up and be very successful. Like the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity or any of those original slasher films. Very cheap to make.
But anything can be
Saw
cheap to make. Rom-coms can be cheap, right?
Yeah, but it's hard to make a rom-com go off without. Draw. There you go. Yeah, you got to have stars to pay. You can have no-name actors getting slashed up left and right.
I was about to say what made What was the Tom Hanks one with the letters?
Um,
You've got mail.
No.
Might have been
you're-
called You
I
Got
think.
Mail.
Are you thinking of The Notebook? And that wasn't Tom Hanks. That was what's his fuck?
I think I'm thinking of You Got Mail, and it might have been Tom Hanks and
yeah,
Meg
the emails.
Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
Also Annabelle, which is in the Conjuring universe. If you've seen the Conjuring, Taylor, now you can watch Annabelle. If you recall, in the Conjuring, the doll, remember that creepy fucking doll?
Yeah.
It gets its own movie. So there's a whole movie about the doll. And coming soon is a movie called The Nun, which is a prequel. There's a part in Annabelle where there's this photograph on the wall of a nun, and it's like eyes are like following the chick. It's super creepy, but it's just a little like I don't know. It in the same way they sort of made Annabelle like a little tiny part of The Conjuring and then spun it off. They sort of did the same thing with the photograph of the nun in Annabelle, and so that's coming out soon. We could watch the trailer, I guess, but I didn't think the trailer was very good. The Nun. Something about a possessed nun or a demonic nun or some shit like that. But yeah, Annabelle's pretty fucking scary. But the thing is, and I've said this before, any movie where the bad guy is a doll, like Chucky, I was always like, bring it the fuck on. Bring it the fuck on, you little redheaded bitch. I got tools.
Yeah.
I also got hands that work.
And Chucky didn't have supernatural strength.
He did. He was strong. But like not stronger than you.
Yeah. I always
He was strong enough to like throw a bitch a smack. You know, like
whatever. I didn't. He wasn't Superman or anything. He just seemed to. People would sit down so he could hurt them. You know, as he slowly walked their way. He wasn't super agile. He just seemed like a really weak opponent.
once you got your hands on that little bitch, it's dememberment and melting time. And I'm gonna melt you down and put you in a little glass jar, and I'm gonna sink that little melted goop of you to the bottom of the ocean. And that's going to be the end of you, my friend. Like, it's game over, bro. You silly. There's not going to be a Chucky 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Gremlins had hints of that, too. I always felt like, now look, I know there were a lot of gremlins, and that's a problem. But a single gremlin? How is that thing so deadly? It weighs 6 pounds.
It was kind of a horror comedy.
Okay.
Especially the
seems
second
almost
one.
like a horror comedy.
Yeah,
I've only seen one of them.
Jennifer Tilly's in the later ones with her big titties flopping around everywhere. Big fan of that. In Bride of Chucky.
There's always is Babadook still up there for you? I remember
I couldn't even finish it. I refused to go back to it. It was terrifying for me. Of course, when I watch a scary movie, like, we're not watching that shit at noon with like an iPad, with Reddit scrolling or anything. The lights are out. It's the only thing playing. I turn the volume up to like 75% of maximum, and I'm in a room, like completely blacked out, watching just this, and I focus on it 100%. Like it's a roller coaster ride. You don't like you try to get the intent of the movie to do its thing, and I found the Babadook to be terrifying. Just scared the shit out of me. And whenever you'd see its face, like, she's in bed and the door opens and it comes in the room, and then it's on the ceiling, crawling on the ceiling toward her in a very unnatural way. And then when she like peeks out from under the covers, it like inverts, does like a 180, and then lurches face to face with her with those sharp teeth and that crazy fat. I was like, oh, that's it. We're done.
We're done with the Babadook.
I've never done that with any other movie where I was just like, no, I'm done. We're not watching this. I'm not finishing the Babadook. And I did. I didn't finish it. I won't finish it. Don't need that.
Did that one scare you, Woody, or no?
Not. I mean, it had my attention, but it didn't have the same impact on me that it did in Kyle.
Like, the creepiest part of that movie was like the little additions to the book that would come back, I think, where, they would come back and it'd have like an extra 2 pages of creepy ass rhymes that were strangely applicable to every little thing that had been happening there. And, I liked that. And watching her slowly going insane and trying to figure out, like, is any of this like real, or is she so sleep deprived, so, stressed out, and she just lost her mind. And there's just, this was like the little trigger that made it into her head to freak her out.
I still say The Fourth Kind is very scary.
Are you more afraid of, or I guess what spooks you more, the supernatural kind of horror movie where it's like demons, goblins, ghouls, or whatever, or the kind where it's like serial killer or some deranged, torturing guy who's unsuspecting on the outside? Like what kind of gets your goat more?
So the Rob Zombie movies make me very uncomfortable, and I don't find them enjoyable at all. I kind of like, because it's like real, like and horrific things happen to like normal people that don't deserve it at all. Just like, and the bad guys are often like rapey and disgusting and hard to look at. He cast a lot of those like freaky looking actors that like have no other use other than to be like scary guy number 1 and scary guy number 2. The Devil's Rejects is a good example. Like there's a part where like he takes the lady's husband outside and kills him, and then when he comes back, and then the husband comes back in the room, but he's bleeding, and the lady's like, "What happened, Dave? What happened?" And Dave doesn't say anything, and then she realizes that like he's killed her husband and he's wearing his face. He's peeled the guy's face off and he's fucking wearing it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, that's too much. I don't need that. Or like I don't even remember which one. It might be the first Devil's Reject, or it might be like one of the something House. But like they're all wearing bunny costumes. And they're burying them alive and stuff. I don't need that.
What is that? Wait, you mean you don't need that? Like that's what scares you more, or you don't need it? Like, I don't even want to watch that. I'd rather watch the ghost stuff.
Yeah, the Ring was a little scary. The Grudge, when I first watched it, maybe if I watched it now it wouldn't frighten me, but The Grudge when I watched it at the time was the scariest movie I'd ever seen. I watched it right when it came out on like DVD. I find The Descent, when I watched that in theaters, that was terrifying. And The Ring's a little scary. It's not super scary.
The Ring isn't that bad. The Descent I watched recently as well, and for me the thing that was scary and unnerving in that movie wasn't the pale cave dwelling ghouls or whatever they are. It was all the times they were like tight in there, like trying to get through, and they were trapped. Yeah. That's what really freaks me out, because it's like the supernatural stuff doesn't get me as much, because it's like I don't believe in any of this stuff. Like as soon as the movie's over, you stop suspending your disbelief.
This is The Descent?
And you go, yeah, and you're like, all right, well that's not actually scary, but like the thought of like your chest being compressed by some rock that's falling on it, and that's going to be the last second of your life, or you're not going to be the last second of your life. You're going to stay there and starve to death, while your friends try and aimlessly escape. That kind of stuff. It's creepy.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I watched The Descent. I've said it before. The whole time thinking there would be some wet t-shirts and boobs involved, right? It's a movie about a bunch of women underground with lots of water moving around. It's a horror movie. All horror movies have some skin, right? Like that. It's part of the agreement we go into.
The bad exploitative ones do, but this one was. I love this. Like I generally speaking.
Quick, girls! They can smell your bras.
I hate the like.
I want to see Taylor's movies.
I hate when they just recast, like Ghostbusters or something, when they just recast a movie with a bunch of ladies. The Descent's a perfect example of writing an original story with an all-female cast and it making sense.
I remember there being a guy in it and they just killed him off right away.
He dies.
Like he'd be the first one to go.
Yeah. Well, he dies in a completely separate event. He is the sort of the reason for their trip. It's one of the ladies' husbands, and then you find out that the Asian chick was banging him behind her back, and then that, puts them against one another. I loved that. That was great. I love The Descent.
I forgot all those details.
Is the second one good?
No, don't watch the second one.
I won't bother
No, don't watch the second one.
Oh, have you seen that movie with it's on Netflix, I think. It's about this deaf girl who's in a house. And there's like a really scary guy outside who keeps fucking with her. I don't want to give away. Called Hush. Thank you, Chiz.
No,
that's a good one. Like the lack of sound in it is way more unnerving than the music in a movie. It's almost like when you hear music in a movie, it's a reaffirmation that it's just a picture, it's just a film. But the complete lack of it, like you're hearing it from her perspective of like nothing. And so there'll be times where like there's something right nearby and you want to yell out to her, but it's like she's being fucked with.
That sounds good. Oh, did you guys watch Dawn of the Dead?
Yes.
Wait, Dawn of the Dead?
What did you think?
I liked it. I thought 28 Days Later was better.
It is.
But I was glad I watched it. I watched
The original Dawn of the Dead or the
remake from like early 2000s.
I've seen the remake. I prefer the original, but the remake's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we talked about this actually. Like we were talking about zombies on PKN, and we were saying like not to say the original is a bad movie, but in the original the zombies aren't chasing you, right? Like in order for it to be scary and for me to feel like, oh man, if I were in that situation, I'd be fucked. It's got to be the new Dawn of the Dead or like 28 Days Later, where they're not only sprinting, but like they're magically faster than me now, as if they need magic to be faster than me in a sprint. There's some sort of wizardry happening here.
We're not built for speed.
Everyone else in my party's 30 yards ahead. It's not a tractor beam.
Have you seen? Has anybody seen Train to Busan?
Yes.
No.
That's a really good one. And there's a guy in it that has Taylor's build, and he doesn't do running stuff. He fucking slams and suplexes the goddamn zombies, and I'm dead serious.
Boom. That's
job,
what I'll be there for. But I guarantee that guy dies.
He does.
Yeah.
He's really more of a one-on-one zombie attacker.
It's more of one of those guys. That always happens in zombie movies where it's like there's hundreds of yards between like the survivors and the zombies. And one guy's like, go! And it's like, no, you can come with us. We got lots of time. Get out of here. I'm not gonna tell you again.
That's exactly how he dies, actually. He's like fucking bear hugging like 10 zombies. He's like, just go, man. I'm good. I got this.
One of my favorite parts
He's like, let's go.
in almost any zombie movie is the happy moment. You know, when they discover that they're all rich and they can drive any car they want. And in what the hell was
Zombieland? Right?
Well, they do that in that, but in what was it? Dawn of the Dead? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's the one you just watched.
There's a point in there where like the guy becomes a cross-dresser, the woman fucks the other one. Both of them are like, I don't know, just they have some meaningless sex and they're down for it. It's fine. And I think they just realize like, oh, we own everything in this mall right now. We're temporarily happy and rich. This is great.
Imagine that in 2020, though. It's like, we're stuck in a mall. All right, there's a half-empty Hot Topic and no food court. There's a Wetzel's Pretzels, but I'm pretty sure they're out. There would be nothing. Well, you could rob a Macy's, and then hang out by a defunct penny fountain. Would be the entirety of the mall. Hopefully, they destroy all the malls and replace those giant areas with parks.
Dude, you know what's
actually going to happen? Going to become Amazon distribution centers.
What if they turned those malls into like giant airsoft or paintball fields? Like
that's such a good idea.
That would be fucking amazing. Yeah, like an inside goddamn, 2 or 3 story like fucking
like
airsoft paintball.
Make the escalators those inflatable slides they use to get out of aircraft. Yeah, and
have
like
ropes to climb up. And
I want them to be giant
like,
gyms, but like obstacle course marine, with walls and rope climbs and shit like that, where you just do one lap through the mall and that's your workout. It should be hard.
And someone's chasing you.
I mean, it's a whole mall, so you could have some truly epic paintball game. I haven't played paintball since the last time the 3 of us were at the paintball trip, and that was 2012, 2013. Like 7-8 years ago.
Oh, you haven't played since? Yeah, I guess. So.
Yeah, I haven't played since then.
Yeah, we've played a couple since then. We played one at a different park in Chicago. I think that was the last group one we did. That was fun. But yeah, I haven't played in I guess about 4 years.
If I were to go back, and I mean this hasn't changed from when I played last. I've always liked the forest courses where you feel like you're in the woods way more than those speedball balloons because like. I get it. It's active. It's fun to do the speedball thing, but there's something about doing a military, and it is a bit of a military sim. Like you're pretending you have a gun, and oh, the stakes are high. Like, oh, there's a balloon with a Budweiser ad on it. That's kind of taking me out of it. Like I want to be in the woods. Yeah, enjoy The Sopranos.
Do you watch The Expanse by any chance? That Amazon space show?
I watched the first season. Yeah, I finished the first season.
It gets a lot better. So Amazon owns it now. Originally, it was Sci-Fi Channel, and obviously there are budgetary constraints that come along with being on the Sci-Fi Channel, as well as like content restraints as far as violence and especially language, because it was on broadcast, not broadcast, but cable, and cable has to please their sponsors.
Yeah.
But on Amazon, they're dropping F-bombs left and right. And they're showing a little ass crack, and it's got light years better. Somewhere. It's either season 2 or season 3 when Amazon gets a hold of the property. Now, season 4, which was last year, was a bit of a downturn. I think Woody and I both agree. Woody really hated it. I don't even know if he got all the way through it. Yeah, I just disliked it. But season 5 just began, and Amazon does a cool thing where they release the first 3 episodes of a season on day 1, and then thereafter it's weekly. So you can either binge watch, or you can watch one and like save the other one, and watch it however you want. But I'm halfway through the second episode of season 5, and I'm digging it. They're back to basics. They're back in space again, which is what I like the most. Season 4, they were on this planet for a good chunk of the season, like all the main characters, and
so they pulled like a Walking Dead where they stay stationary and
instead of being like space pirates, like flying around the solar system, getting into all sorts of like random stuff. And I like the space travel aspect of it. I like how the tech works in that universe. You know, it's not all that more advanced than us. You know, if we put if the Earth made it its goal to do the things that they're doing, we could probably get there in 100 years. Like if we were actually trying. And that's probably, I don't know what the time period is, but it's probably 100 years from now. It looks like that, 150, something like that. I don't know. Maybe. It's a good show. I like a lot of the stuff that Amazon has done. And
Amazon did You Were Never Really Here, actually. They did that. They did Suspiria remake. They've done some good shit.
Yeah. There's so many content creators out there now, like companies, I guess. It's
HBO Max is getting the new movies. I don't have HBO Max yet, but they have my attention because
dude, you need to get it and just to watch Barry. I finished the first season of Barry. Fantastic show. Oh,
I've seen it all. I really like it too. It's really good. Quick topic shift, Taylor. I've been looking for movies for you. I like doing this. I can't find
appreciate it. I trust your judgment.
I can't find anything for me to watch, so I can at least take pleasure in like finding things for you to watch, because I've watched too much shit and I'm out. There's nothing left, and I don't want any recommendations anymore because
dude, there are huge gaps in my movie viewing. Like there are times you'll list like 6 movies and I'm like, haven't seen it.
Penny Dreadful is all I have left, and I'm just, I don't know what. I look at it and I'm like, someday I'll watch when you're all done. But there's nothing left for me to watch. I have nothing. But I saw this movie advertised because I know you like shitty horror movies and you like retards. I found a shitty horror movie about a retarded kid who looks in a mirror and sees a demon, and I mean full-blown retarded. The actor is playing it up, and he's just like, "Oh no, they're the demon!" And it's just they're like, and the demon's like, "I'm gonna take you over," and he's like, "No!" And the demon like holds him down, like crawls into his skin, and now it's like in him.
Did they hire a non-retarded actor for this role?
If they did, he deserves a fucking Oscar, because I believed every minute of this guy being a
never go full.
Did they discover he was Kyle? Did they discover he was possessed because they went to like a restaurant and he ordered off the menu and you're like, Scott, you can't read. But the demon
they're just like, there's something wrong with Scott. The car honked outside and he didn't lose his fucking mind and start punching a hole in the wall. Okay, we just like,
so
we're worried about Scott.
Evil Within, and I'm looking. I'm trying to get Zach. If you search the Evil Within, like maybe if you do an image search, you could find a picture of the kid, because like, goodness, he looks retarded. But it literally is a movie about a retarded guy who like starts talking to a demon in the mirror and it possesses him. And I'm saving that one for one night when like, I don't know, I have some friends over and like we want to see something awful because it looks it.
Well, it's a video
Wait,
game.
hold on.
Well.
This says it's a 2017 horror film written and directed by blah, blah, blah. It was originally titled The Storyteller. The film's conception and development was a personal project of Getty's, who largely self-financed it from $4 to $6 million. Production took 15 years to complete. How?
What?
15 years?
What do they like, build a set?
No, this was the guy died in 2015. Andrew Getty, the director, died in 2015. Editing for the film was completed by producer Michael Luceri. So what the fuck? 15 years in development? How is that possible?
Well, it took 15 years to get here, but finally,
it better be tremendous.
A tremendous.
The actor
I've seen that
himself as a child and an adult.
Now I've seen this actor before, Kyle. This guy's not retarded. He's a good actor. Though.
See, this is bullshit. Like non-retarded people are stealing jobs from retarded people.
Can I add one onto that?
I don't like it any more than you do.
I don't think that living people should be able to play dead people anymore.
This makes sense.
Yes.
I want only. They're taking good jobs away from hardworking corpses.
I would love it
Or they
if corpses were generally played by corpses in films.
Can you imagine actors up in arms about that? They'd be crying about it.
I've been playing a corpse since '72. All right, that's me and Saving Private Ryan. There I am.
Bob Dole.
Here I am with Tom Hanks.
Is it SAG? SAG starts unionizing.
Like every
starts.
Like every
No
great
automated
movie,
corpses.
every great movie for the last 50 years, he just zooms in on the background. That's me, dead on the floor. Yep. No,
Dude, this guy that you thought was retarded, Kyle. Look at him again. Look at his face. His name is Frederick Kohler, and he's 46 now. But look at his face again. He was J.K. Simmons' Nazi son in Oz.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Wow,
remember that.
You talk that so they filmed this 15 years ago. See when you said in production, I assumed that like they built the sets and like 10 years went past and then they started acting and then like this got made 3 years ago or something. You're telling me they filmed this shit 15 years ago and it's just now
Yeah,
out?
this was done. This was like finished and ready to go, but not edited like, as of like 14 and a half years or before it was
crazy.
Released.
Well, that's
which is bizarre.
what you're seeing there is the demon like crawling inside of the retarded boy, like forcibly.
That's a lot to crawl in.
Yeah, he's gonna fit though.
I'll watch this. I really like how you can see the strings holding the demon up. Can you bring that back? Do you guys notice that? Do you see the strings holding the demon arms up? No wonder production, took so long.
I don't think I saw any. Well,
Look at the strings.
Fuck, I can see him tied in a little knot there at the joint.
Yeah, see? That's terrible.
It's not even
That's
like
great.
they're trying to fucking like lazy Susan knot or some shit right there.
I didn't skip off the extra.
You tie up
Maybe
a
it's meant to
steak
be
better
like
than that.
a puppet or something. It's like it's deal.
Why?
Oh,
I'm gonna watch this. I love campy, shitty horror. The Evil Within. I'm writing that down.
Well, enjoy. I saw a movie that combined two of your favorite things, and I just knew I had to get it to you. I got a little notebook I've been writing ideas down in, but I lost my pen, so.
Yeah. He played Andrew Schillinger in Oz.
I only have the one.
It's Schillinger.
And I was just talking about Oz the other
time.
day. Anyone that hasn't watched Oz is listening has to just watch the first episode. It's
Sure, watch the first episode. That's all you need. But
just for the bit where he's like wants to change cells. It's just so fucked.
It is.
Is there an ownership involved in the first episode? Does that happen that quickly?
It's yeah.
I think already in the first episode he gets booked and his asshole tattooed.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
getting.
that's
I didn't
like
give that away.
I think we cover that whole. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
no, anybody out there is hearing this, like if you give a shit what I think about movies and TV at all, just skip Oz unless you want a real downer. It's a depression show. There's no happiness. Like look, I like shows that are dark and we could all die at the end. I like the new James Bond. A lot of people died at the end of that. It's fine. We don't always get away and it's happy. There's never a smirk or a smile in Oz. It's meant to depress you. That's the point.
It is depressing.
I want to jump onto
good,
that
though.
because I'm impressed by a film that makes me feel something. Right, most films I watch, I'm just kind of neutral on the whole thing. I'm waiting. Things might happen to the character, but am I that involved? Do I give a fuck? Mostly, no. I don't give a fuck. A couple movies, when I watch them, it's like, oh my god, like this is happening. This is holy smokes! Like I had hopes for this. I thought this was going to be okay. Oz doesn't make me feel good, but it makes me feel. So for that, I think it's really well done.
I agree with you.
The only thing it makes me feel is my butthole clenching. It's just so much anal rape in it.
Nothing ever goes right.
Now I think you're judging. I feel targeted, actually. What is it?
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I do agree.
I just don't think they like. You're right. It does make you feel something, but
yeah.
That's not my barometer for greatness.
It makes you feel anxiety.
It makes you feel anxiety. Yeah. Now I do like that, but you can have that and still have like not a complete like. It makes you feel tense, and then he gets raped, and then you makes you feel tense, and then he gets raped. And there's never a time when you're tense and he doesn't get raped. So after a while,
very worried something bad will happen.
and then it does.
Then it does. It never
But
doesn't
always-
happen.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Never goes.
And when there is a
sometimes
victory,
you think that things are turning around. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, thankfully, this guy has figured out how to exist in prison in a happy place. Oops, my mistake. No,
yeah, and like I to add on to that, like usually in shows there are little victories that keep you going, where it's like, oh, the appeal was won by so and so they might have a chance to get out and relitigate their whatever the hell. But the like little victories for the main character in Oz is he's literally about to get mouth raped by the same Nazi again, and he bites off the tip of the Nazi's dick, and then the Nazis lose respect for that dickless Nazi, and so they turn that Nazi out, and a larger Nazi rapes him, and that's supposed to be like the little bit of justice, and it's like, no, this is still horrific. Like this is
like that.
Oh no, wait, it wasn't. That's what it is. The remember that the guy who got his dick bit off, he gets
Are you sure
taken
he wasn't
by
an Italian guy?
No, it was Schillinger's number 2 guy who got his dick bit off, and then Schillinger was like, dickless, asshole, get the hell out of here. And then there's this giant guy who's the only guy in the prison big enough to not have to be a member of any gang, and he's like, hey, cutie. Like this giant, bald, white guy. He looks like a skinhead, but he's not a Nazi. And then he just like dolls up this guy and like makes him put lipstick on. And then he like, dude, some of the stuff they do. I'm remembering the spoon scene where he like takes a spoon and like the guy like bends over the dickless Nazi and like licks the spoon and is like, gotta get you cleaned out for me. And it's like, no.
That's not even a thing you do.
No,
this is like his shit up at this point.
This guy is a sadist. He got off on hurting people, and so he was doing anything.
What was
he could to hurt them.
the Italian guy? He cops it from like Schillinger, and then he gets out of hospital and he's like revenge, and then he goes to stab him, and then they're just like no thanks, and they just hold him down and just do the same shit to him again. It's like
the little Italian
scene
guy.
where he dips his hand into the engine grease, and he's just like, all right, it's time. And it's just like,
dude, it is such a brutal scene because you're right. That little Italian guy is like trying to like impress the bigger up, like high up Italian mafioso guys, and he immediately gets raped by Adebisi, the leader of the black gang in there, when he tries to be tough because this idiot goes to Adebisi with like no backup, like nobody with him, and then he gets out of solitary, and you're right, immediately gets revenge and then raped by all the Nazis, and then he goes insane. Remember that?
Yeah.
Man,
so
there's not a single good thing about this show. That like a single uplifting thing. And the whole time, the main guy who's running it is like, we can't stop this program. And for some reason, no one's like, it failed, dude. This isn't working. Crystal Palace or Crystal City.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sort of confused me. It's just like it was more like a forced sex commune than it was an actual jail. Like
it was literally just a regular jail cell, but designed by Apple. Like it was like you could see through stuff, and it had a lot of whites. But at the end of the day, it's like that's just made the rapes more visible. They still weren't stopping it.
Yeah,
they weren't doing much. Yeah, that was a pretty brutal show. It puts you in a funk after you watch it.
You talking about it is putting me in a funk.
Oh, dude, it put me in such a funk. The last time I watched it, a year and a half ago, I remember the last time I watched it explicitly. I finished the last episode. It was one of those things, it was like 11:30 at night, and I was on the last episode of the series, and I had already felt that feeling that you imposed on me of like, this, I want to finish it because I started it again, but I am in such a depressed, like sad, like anxious feel right now. This is rough. At least tomorrow, I'm going to start Impractical Jokers or something. I'm just going to watch something fun and silly. Next morning, I wake up, still in a little bit of a funk, not as bad. Get a call. Mom died. Yeah, the day after I finished Oz. And so it was like, this is even worse than Oz.
What?
Like,
yeah, you think so?
This is even more upsetting than that show I was watching. So yeah, that was.
Okay, all right.
That was a terrible way to cap off Oz. Oh.
I agree.
But anyway, I'm not rewatching that show again. It was beyond upsetting.
No one should watch that show. It's not a good show.
Hey, we're talking about Oz. How is HBO Max different than HBO Go? Do they both still exist? Would Oz be on Max now? Has Max completely superseded Go? I'm confused.
Max has everything on it. Every show they've made, you can go into like the history and hit Sopranos, Oz, Wire, all of it. I don't think HBO Go is a thing anymore.